Welcome back to Ozarks Fox Sam. Cammy, guess what time it is?
Is it lose time?
It's the Lose. It's the movie news with Lose.
You know, one of my favorite sayings is, I know a lot about nothing.
It's true.
Because, you know.
But you talk so much about it.
Well, I know so much about nothing. I know this. I know that Tom Hanks is one of the finest actors. He's not an actor, he's an actor.
Yes.
One of the finest actors of our day. So very anticipated movie out this weekend,
Yes,
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And it's really hard to just say that without wanting to sort of sing it.
I know.
But of course, this is Tom Hanks as Mr. Fred Rogers. And the take on this movie is quite a bit different than what you may expect. It's from the perspective of a reporter from Esquire sent to do sort of a puff piece, if you will, on him. And then it's much grander than that. And Tom Hanks is nails the performance of Fred Rogers.
He sure looks like him, doesn't he?
I mean, the opening scene is like in the set, if you will, like the show.
Like a show?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And just his voice and his cadence. Like, it's really hard for me not to talk to you like this a little bit, you know, and he just nailed it so perfectly. If you are a fan of the show, I mean, I really did love the show when I was little.
I did.
So you will like this. It's a bit deeper of a story because the reporter is kind of a fractured man and doesn't really want to do this interview. Like, oh, really? I don't do puff pieces. And then is just so, his life is completely changed by Mr. Rogers. And
is it completely different than the documentary?
Oh, completely different. I mean,
I loved that.
Well, and then when I was watching the documentary, I'm thinking, oh no, is there going to be some uncovery? Don't ruin my life.
Right,
don't
exactly.
Don't tell me Mr. Rogers is a bad person in some way. And I challenge anyone to watch the documentary or this, and if anyone could be a fraction as good a person as him, the world would be better.
Yeah, you're
I mean, what a great, great man. So Tom Hanks nails it.
So overall, like, he's great, Mr. Rogers is great, the movie overall.
The movie will not be one of the gangbuster movies that Tom Hanks has ever done. It will be very solid performing and get a lot of attention, and then...
Is it slow?
It's like a quiet performance piece, is what I say. So, yeah. But if you know, I love Daniel Tiger. I mean, down to the wristwatch that Daniel Tiger wears. Yeah, it was very sweet.
I love
very
that.
sweet. And then, I don't know if you've heard of this, movie called Frozen.
No, I don't know.
Well, Frozen 2 is. Remember when you didn't know there was going to be a Frozen 2?
I did not know.
I didn't know like a week ago.
So thank goodness I'm here to tell you. So I got this video weeks ago from my niece, Monroe, that was like, Auntie Chris, you have to take me to see this. So how can I say no?
You can't say no.
So we're going to see that tonight. And of course, Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Olaf, everyone's back. Sven, they travel to an ancient autumn-bound forest of an enchanted land. And of course, there's going to be songs, and I love Kristen Bell so much. She's such a great interviewer, and so she's back. And there's probably going to be a song or two.
Is it as epic as the first?
Well, I'm seeing it tonight because I was banned from seeing it prior. Yes, I would have been.
I just think, Chris, there's a lot of pressure because, for example, the first one was so successful and Let It Go was such an iconic song. There's a lot of pressure for the second one to have that standout song or standout moment.
I hope it's. I think Frozen should still stay classically fantastic. So if this one's just really, really great, score.
Just score. Okay.
It's just not normally.
You're right.
It's Disney's 61st animated film. Just little tidbit knowledge of nothing. Yeah.
Also, tidbit, Kristen Bell is one of my top 5 shows of the year, The Good Place on NBC.
I just love her.
I love her. She's great.
Quit talking about your Critics' Choice TV stuff during my movie segment.
We both love Kristen Bell.
Yeah, I do love her. She's fantastic. Also out, 21 Bridges. This is an embattled NY PD detective. He's thrust into a citywide manhunt for a pair of cop killers after uncovering massive and unexpected conspiracy. Chadwick Boseman, he's been on the talk show circuit a lot. And J.K. Simmons, who I absolutely adore, and Sienna Miller. So it's kind of,
Sienna Miller, haven't heard from her in a while.
I know. She doesn't do that many movies, but she usually makes a pretty good decision, and she has a usually small yet pivotal role. She's kind of a model turned active.
She's gorgeous,
does well.
she is.
Yeah. And can you believe it has been 25 years since the release of Interview with a Vampire. Listen to this.
No!
I think my mom is watching. She's probably going to die. This is a funny story. I really shouldn't even tell. I get it. No, I get it. Okay.
Oh, come on.
So I watched this movie at the Warenberg 6 at the mall. If you know that day.
Back in the day.
Of course, it's Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. And I have never done anything like this in my life, but I was peer pressured by a friend to maybe sneak in a beverage while we watched this movie. So there you go. That happened. That was my one and only time that I did that.
Oh.
So there, I admit
You admitted it. I think the statute of limitations has run out. You're good.
Yeah,
You're
now
good.
you don't
Conscience is clean. Now you're good.
You know, twice as old. I don't have to do that. Now you don't have to do that. But anyway, so there's a tea at Alamo Drafthouse, and I've never been to a tea, so they bring out, you know, these fancy teas and these treats, and so I'm excited about that. So there's a few 6 left.
Are they showing Interview with the Vampire again or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, sorry, that was the point of my story instead of me. Instead of my...
You're just reminiscing, you know?
We're just talking good old days.
Instead of my faux pas when I was young. And I want to tell you, Knives Out is coming out.
The trailer looks great to me.
Knives Out is like a whodunit.
Yeah, I love
That is
those.
coming out for right before Thanksgiving. It comes out next week. You know, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. It's really nice to see her not running away from Michael Myers for a change.
For a change.
Yes. And I've got to tell you, if you are staying in and want an idea for a rental, this is a couple years old. And it is a movie that the writer and the producer was just here at Alamo a few weeks ago. It is a movie titled Same Kind of Different as Me.
I interviewed him on the show.
Yes,
he was here.
I saw
yes,
that.
Ron Hall.
Yes, and it is one of those, I don't mean one of those, but it is a faith-based movie, so it's safe. It's pretty safe for the entire family, not young. But I came away from this movie sort of, it's kind of like Mr. Rogers. It's a little bit, it will sort of change you because it is just a great movie about how you should look at people and treat people and things like that.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. And Paramount poo-pooed it because it was faith-based, and they missed the golden boat.
Yeah, I do. I can't wait to see that. All right, thanks, Chris Louzader.
Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You know, my cousin has Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And my aunt messaged me. She goes, "You got to interview Ron Hall? I love that movie."